Peasant Productions presents The Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. Okay, obviously I'm still alive. It's been 4 days now. A woman, who speaking like either a woman trying to be a lover. Oh, I just want to help you. I'm so concerned about you, and you don't understand anything, and you're afraid to come out and walk the streets because you don't even know the language here. And the biggest thing is that she showed up at 11:20 p.m. at night with no lights whatsoever on out there. There was nothing of anybody to see. Obviously, I am barricaded inside my apartment. So, you know, for not being willing to walk in front of my door and actually, you know, stand someplace where a light could have been shown on her. I said, well, come back tomorrow in the daylight. I want to see your face. No, I'm not coming. You want to talk to me? You talk to me on the phone from now on. I'll send you a picture of me. Wow. I get like 10 emails a day from anonymous people on the internet who want to send me a picture of a pretty girl and ask for money. So, corruption, quite obvious, quite easy to show there. Now, I want to take that little piece of how easy that piece of the puzzle fits into everything, and how obviously an ancient saying, an evil person does not recognize the fact that they are evil. An arrogant person does not recognize they are arrogant. This comes out of Taoism, Buddhism, Hindu, Native American of all 6 continents, or not, I shouldn't say Native American. Indigenous people, First Nations people of all of the 6 to 7 continents, and all of this. As I state, I have Revelations 2:17. I've carried it for 31 years, and I've only spoken to other humans about it for 3 years. Obviously, I'm not into arrogance, folks. Because if I was a social media climber, I would have been saying something a long time ago. If I was a Jimmy Baker or, you know, one of these big televangelists, you know, that get up and tell these big whopping lies. If I was the Vatican itself, who has proclaimed that they're priests. Literally, think about that. The Pope has said the priests underneath me are more powerful than the God that created me. Now, just for a minute, let's have some fun here, okay? Even if you were to take only that Bible church and its philosophy, the Jews, the Catholics, the Christians, and the Muslims running around claiming they own everything, and they were given it by their God, and they have the right to violate their 10 commandments and kill, steal, lie, cheat, murder. They don't care what. They want it. They can take it. I believe you would be best looking at a spoiled, rotten child to recognize exactly what that philosophy is. Donald Trump is definitely a spoiled, rotten child. He throws temper tantrums all the time, don't he? I mean, so anyway, the thing is you have to stop and think about the fact that if you only went back their 6,000 to 7,000 years of creation, and how many civilizations they have overrun and killed and said, you can't worship your gods, your spirits. In the beginning, people worshipped the land, they worshipped the plants, they worshipped the things that kept them alive, that kept them healthy, that made things, the birds and stuff, their feathers were plucked out of them whenever possible instead of killing the birds. You didn't have big farms of just animals raised to slaughter for their skin or feathers, let alone meat. I understand feeding each other, but if you have to grow a plant to feed an animal, to kill the animal, to eat its flesh, and claim that you cannot get what you need any way other than through meat, because plants don't have it. Haven't you kind of just like, you know, told a big whopper of a lie, because all of that originates with the plant life? Yeah. So that's why when you go out and you murder and destroy everything, you're doing some bad stuff. So if the original indigenous peoples of this planet had all of their own beliefs and their own worships and their own things, and they had things going on that were respectful and responsive to this, okay? You know, they obviously, their religions worked for them, so their religions had some kind of feedback. The Bible, the 4 Bible churches have gone out strictly for material, physical wealth. They have gained material, physical wealth at the sacrifice of the spiritual life of all their planet. Native American, you have the Rainbow Warriors are going to get up and rise back up on the power of the old spirits and the old ways. At the last, right now, what is going on right now says whoever that Rainbow Warrior group is, you better wake up. You better start figuring out how to just freaking get somewhere. You got to blow a hole in Donald Trump's, you know, $100 billion wall. Yeah, do so. You gotta try and, you know, figure out how to distract his, you know, hundreds of thousands of troops, and who knows how many millions of dollars per day that's going to cost, versus however many refugees there are from the countries that have been destroyed by the greedy capitalism of the United States. Yeah. So you see what I'm saying? Everything's linked. Whether it's Africa, Aboriginal Australia, China, America, even Trump, you all fit into all of these various pieces of these puzzles, and they all come together. And then you stop and think about what I'm saying about your Christian, your Catholic, your Muslim, your Jew churches. They all claim to be more powerful than their God. They have the right to tell their God that no, you didn't design. So yes, this man has been a very long-standing Palestinian freedom fighter, and if the Muslims were freedom fighters, wouldn't they simply, at the very least, say everybody that's Muslim, you no longer do business with Israel. It is a boycott of a genocidal regime. Okay? You drop them from being a country to a regime, and an attacking force, an invading force, and deal with it. The Muslims don't do that. So they don't stand up for peace. The United States doesn't stand up for democracy. It's pushing full fascism right now. The closing of the borders is something I talked about in 2015 when I said, yeah, Trump is looking very badly as he is going to be your next president. I am very worried about this. Here you have it. Okay, 100% dead on. This man has gotten up there, and he is an arrogant mouth bully who is inciting civil unrest. Not in the proper direction, okay? He is inciting absolute conflict between every little party possible. It's no longer Coke versus Pepsi, okay? It's the first drink of Pepsi versus the first drink of Coke, and the bottom sip of Pepsi versus the bottom sip of Coke. You are that badly divided that you are literally going all the way down almost to the molecules in that Pepsi or that Coke to say, oh, this tastes better than that one. And you're all forgetting it's your tongue, it's your mouth. You might have gotten up and your mouth feels like crud, and you get your toothpaste out, and you scrub it up clean, and suddenly somebody hands it, and you still got the taste of toothpaste, and you're trying to decide which one of the two tastes better. It's not going to be as good as if, you're hours later, you've had plenty of fresh, clean water in your mouth, and you are literally tasting whatever the product is. Okay, very simple. You are out there. You are as a group and a people everywhere. You are dividing yourself as many ways as possible. You are throwing up walls What did I say literally at the beginning of this OccupyISS? The free will effect. I hope that's in there still. Okay, you people are choosing to go the wrong direction. Whoops, so much for that. If there is to be a small amount in your Bible, 144 raptured out of here, and my OccupyISS was something that would actually, like, you know, rapture people out. Rainbow Warriors supposed to come together because somebody who is a person of the light. Revelation 2:17, I'm a person of the light. Caballero Blanco, white horseman. I am white light. The good stuff, the pure stuff, right? Caballero Blanco, I am the one called faithful and true, and the armies of heaven follow him. Out of my mouth. What I'm saying is more important than the fact that I've actually got, you know, messed up blood. You can see I've cleaned it up a little bit. It's not really terribly horrible looking or anything. I have to open this up today and clean it out, and hopefully some of the stuff is healed up. But I can fight physically. I got an email from my son. He was a little worried about the fact that I pulled a knife on somebody. I said, hey, I've been in this country 3 years. It is an almost daily occurrence to have somebody do something that is standard operating procedure for Mexico to murder you, to kill you. If you take all of my equipment away, you are killing me. Okay? If I have to walk 900 miles from here to the U.S. border, which is now closed, and all of my possessions and all of my belongings and all of my camping gear, along with all of my photography, my computers, my history, my books, all that, you take all that away, you're murdering me, folks. There is nothing at all you can say. And like I tweeted these guys, what are you going to say to your God, the Christ entity that put that rock in my hand? What are you going to say? So, yeah, you folks really need to stop, slow down, and think about it. And to put this in a really huge perspective, okay, your Pope has just said that he and his priests are greater than God, more powerful than God. How in the heck do they allow anything to happen if their God created the planet, the stars, the sun, the moon, everything on this planet, all the variations of life, all the variations of good and bad, all the variations of rock, all the variations of water, all the colors of the flowers and the trees and all this kind of stuff, okay, this huge, huge conglomerate of information. And then turn around and say that the being that can do all of that is, you know, my little pet dog. I pull it around on a leash. I tell it what to do. A God, by definition, is greater than a human, a physical body. I'm gonna limit it to saying physical body because I am aware of more than just one universe. I'm aware of trillions upon trillions of universes. Every microsecond, every fraction of a second you can create, there's going to be multiple trillions of universes being created within that. Okay, that is what unlimited means. You cannot divide it down and never find an actual stopping point or an actual wall because it's unlimited. It never stops. So how do you put that kind of knowledge and power into the heads of somebody that's only interested in collecting money? The only thing they see is they want gold and silver, yet they are admitting that if their God can make gold by just saying, thou art gold, the Vatican can't just say, oh, blimey. I mean, why can't the Vatican be like the United States? Oh, we need another $1 trillion. Fed, print us off another $1 trillion. Why can't the Vatican say, oh, we need some more gold? Hey, make me a couple of tons of gold. Yeah, so there is by far the easiest way to say your popes, your priests, your humans, your bodies of flesh and physical here can never, ever be greater than a God. Usual, oh, I'm a physical body and I can't do anything, okay? So, yeah, think about it. Think about it.